Hey y'all.
Hello, I am the Light of the Leo. Here's my brother. That's Joe Nathan. Mr. Jojo speaks himself. So happy to have him here. And we actually have a conversation tonight. I had some feelings and I wanted to talk about feelings. Not
Mm,
feelings in general, but a feeling. Um, I'm just going to get started. I already had the music on. I feel very comforted and lulled by this lovely music here. And just want to quickly say hello to Aaron. Aaron made sure to say hello. I
hey
don't know
Aaron.
how long this is going to be, but I just want to express myself, however long it takes, whatever. And Latoya says hello.
Hey Latoya.
All right. So I just wanted to talk about validation.
Mm,
Um, it's certainly, um, as I'm going through this journey to be myself, this journey connected with the Lord, as well as um, stepping out on who I am and doing my best to remain myself in front of others and in new spaces. Um, sometimes it's difficult to believe my own hype sometimes,
mm,
and that's even for others, so it's just not easy. And thank God for friends, family, and loved ones that are able to see it, that will acknowledge that. And what brought this conversation along for me, Jonathan, was so on Friday mommy called me to talk about a death in the family.
mm-hmm,
And you know, the death wasn't exactly like a surprise,
mm-hmm.
but she was just a little disappointed at the way that the family was acting as a result of this death in the family. And she called me, and not just to inform me about the death, but she wanted me to pray about it. And I'm really coming to see how much that means to me. For This is not the first time mommy has done that.
Mm,
She's, called me to pray on something. And it really makes me feel great because she knows that I'm about my prayer. She knows I'm about going to the throne of grace and hearing from the Lord. And she sees the gifts within me.
right.
And that bit of validation there is just priceless. Receiving that validation, not only from my mother, but from, friends and family that really see you. Um, I'm just really seeing how much of a confidence booster that is.
Mm-hmm,
I'm seeing, well, I've been seeing that, but I'm just really coming to the knowledge, seeing it more and more, how much it means to have somebody validate the things that I'm doing, and they find value in what I'm doing with my spiritual connection to the Lord. Um, hey Regina,
hey Regina.
she says hello. And I just wanted to talk about that validation. Like what does validation look like to you, Jonathan?
Validation can look so many different ways. We can get validation in many different forms. Um, I don't know if you know this, but Regina, Justin, Talks Films, and we reviewed a great movie called Reston earlier
Yes.
today. I encourage everyone to go out and see it. Reston was a Black gay activist in the civil rights movement. He's the original brains behind the March on Washington, where Dr. Martin Luther King had his famous "I Had a Dream" speech. He was the initial person to have the idea for it. He completely organized it. He trained the officers who were on site for the march. He had his hands in every single thing that was happening with that march on Washington. And in the movie, he was a very good friend of Dr. Martin Luther King. They were very good friends. He was really good gal pals with Coretta Scott. His Dr. King's kids called him Uncle Rustin. He was very close with them, and Dr. King and Rustin, they had they had stopped talking for 3 years because Rustin had given him his resignation from the NAACP. He thought Dr. King was going to reject his resignation to show the people in the NAACP that I support my man, I support my friend. But unfortunately, Dr. King did not do that. So they did not talk for 3 years. And so 3 years later, when this march came about, he had a friend. Her last name was Hall. She is a real woman. And she said, why haven't you called Dr. Martin Luther King? Why are y'all not getting this thing together? She said that alone, both of you are fine, but together, y'all are fire. That was validation that you and this man, y'all can do great things together. Y'all know what y'all have, and why aren't you using it? Validation can be in the form of motivation in many times to encourage us to do better, to encourage us to do what it is that we have set out to do, that maybe we put to the side at a moment or two at a time. And someone has to kick us back into gear. Someone has to give us that good kick in the butt to let us know, wake us up that we need to get on the job. And so I just wanted to find an excuse to bring up that movie because I absolutely loved that movie. Oh my goodness. It was so wonderful. But validation is important for many of us. I don't want to say that we all
should be all of us.
yes, for all of us. I would say that we all need validation. It's not something that's necessarily a necessity, but it's always a nice thing to always to receive validation because
Absolutely.
it always gives us a kick up. It always gives us a boost. It always reminds us of who we are. It reminds us of why we're here. It reminds us of the task at hand, and that's the best thing about validation.
Yeah, I think another thing, the validation kind of solidifies the fact that whatever is going on and who you are, who you proclaim to be, that's reading on other people.
Mhm.
And a lot of times you wonder, like, do people see who I am? Do people see what I'm doing? I know I'm working hard at it, but I don't know if I'm doing as well. Or it's because when you go without it, Jonathan,
Mhm.
it can be detrimental. There is really something about doing your thing and standing in it and knowing that what you're doing is being received, that people
Agreed.
can see you. Um,
Seeing the
Reg-
fruits of your labor.
exactly. Regina says validation is super important. That's so true. And this is actually another reason why I try my best to bless people with that validation. That's the other side of it. Making sure to validate others in where they stand, knowing how impactful validation is, we all have to make a point to do that. Lift people up in that space. Um, Somebody that I know that does that very well is certainly Aaron.
Mhm.
Regina has done that for me plenty of times, and I know that
Absolutely. Same for me.
Bishop Kimbrough has done that for
Yes.
you and me and too.
Pastor
Um,
Lorenzo.
yeah, it's like the people that truly love you will say the things that Pastor Lorenzo will say the things that need to be said to validate what you're doing. When people truly see and recognize the gift that you're operating in, when people truly recognize the hard work that you're doing, when people make sure to say it out loud and take the time to do so as well,
Mhm.
or come to you knowing that you can take care of whatever concern that they have because they had you on their mind for that specific thing.
Right.
It means everything.
It does. It really does. It absolutely does. And I started back in 2020 to start giving little validations to people. I always found that complimenting women on their hair always brings a smile to their face.
That's right.
Hair and nails. That's what really sticks out to me the most. Quick story. I saw this. I've been watching a lot of arrest videos, and so I saw this video of this woman being arrested at a Winn-Dixie because she was shoplifting, and she had these nails, and
Yes.
they were everything. thing. And girls with nails like to use their hands when they talk.
You know what she wasn't spending money on?
Okay.
Well, you know where the money was
Food.
going to.
Okay, exactly. So I love to compliment women on their hair and their nails to give them a little boost. And I know that especially my sisters with locks, especially my sisters with locks, because that is a dedication on another level for a woman. Because going through that ugly phase as a woman is never
I do
a
not like
bright
that
spot.
word ugly phase.
But that's the perfect word for it
Well,
because
that's
that's
how it
exactly
feels.
what it
It's because
is.
it can't be. You, see that's I don't like using that. And me even my loctician said that they don't like using that because if you believe that you ugly now, like what's the point of pushing forward through it?
I get that. So if we were to change it, what would you want to change it to?
Growth phase.
That's a good one. That is a good one. But it's
Because ugly, I think it kind of like derives with from the whole being just a nappy headed with your hair going every which way. It's like it's just not
yeah.
going based upon what our elders would say is coiffed hair.
Right, exactly. Which is probably along the lines of the reason why my initial loctician, who started my locks way back in 2006,
Hmm.
doesn't like to use the word dreads.
Yeah, no,
She doesn't use the word dreads because it comes from it's a derivative of dreadful,
it comes from a
because
negative.
that's how people used to call locks back in the day. They used to
Hmm.
call them dreadlocks. They called them dreadlocks because they thought they were dreadful. So I completely understand your sentiment with that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I love to compliment women on their hair. I resist complimenting men because I don't want them to take it the wrong way. Especially when it comes to heterosexual men. Now, I will compliment my brothers and sisters in the LGBTQIA plus community all day long, especially if I can spot it and see it. Then I have no problem doing that. But when it comes to heterosexual men, some of them can be a
You
little.
know what?
I don't
I
want
can
another man
I
complimenting
don't
me.
believe I don't believe that you are in the presence of men that's that phobic. I think it is worth at least trying because when you say, "Wow, that outfit looks good," and keep on pushing, don't turn it into a conversation, people will see it for what it is. It's just literally a compliment.
And
Now,
Here's
if
the
go ahead.
Here's the thing with that though. I have to if I were to go to get into that, I would constantly overanalyze what words do I use in this moment so that what I want to say comes out in the way that I want it to be received. Go ahead.
My first question, what on earth could you say or would you decide to say that would make it be perceived as if I'm trying to get with you? How or that you believe that they're homosexual as well or something like that. I just want to be a part of your thought process.
Sure. Any Me saying something looks good in any way, shape, or form, anything on your body, anything about your presence, anything about the way that you present looks good to me.
Hmm.
To me, that sounds to me like you like what you see, because I think that might be how I would take it.
And that's where that comes from.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go too far in on this,
Okay.
but remember, your thought process is not everybody else's thought process.
Right.
What's holding you back from complimenting a straight man is Jonathan.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, absolutely. And I recognize that
Oh,
all day
okay.
long.
Well, I encourage you to find your way because it's like it is getting a little bit easier out here nowadays. More and more people are starting to
Agreed.
recognize their friends, family, and loved ones that are in the community. And I'm seeing, maybe it's because I'm on TikTok all day, who knows? But I'm seeing more men that are more secure in their masculinity
Agreed.
to be able to receive a compliment from a man. There's one video that I saw bajillion years ago. This man saying, "I must be ugly because I've never had a gay man compliment me."
Wow.
So there are some people that value that, and you really could make somebody's day, anybody's day, by just saying that. So I know women are your safe space,
Hmm.
but one day consider, you know,
Will do. Thank you for pushing me out of my comfort zone. I appreciate that.
I'm here for you. Latoya says, Jenny, you have done for me even when I didn't know I needed it.
Awesome.
Why, thank you, and I will continue. Because Laura, I tell you, sometimes we get on ourselves a little bit too hard. We give
Hmm.
ourselves too much, and we have to have people that care enough to take those words out of your mouth, take that thought process out, or at least try to get you to move that to something else because we put too much on ourselves.
Right.
Latoya says, Erin is the best at sending affirmations. I just love my soul sister. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
She is amazing at that. She follows the Holy Spirit in that. That's what I do know. Because every time I've needed it, she popped up out of nowhere. So, yes, that is her ministry. Um, Aaron says, Latoya, tell the truth. So she basically tells the truth. Latoya says, Regina's validations are sweet and comforting with a splash of act right. For me, what I've gotten from Regina, I don't know, just things that I never thought she'd say to me that surprised me, things that I didn't think that she would see in me. Yeah. Latoya says, pre-lock phase.
Yes. That's a
That's the
good
way to
one.
put it too.
Yeah, yes, because that's the phase before your locks
Before it actually
actually
starts
get
locking.
locked. Yeah. Okay. Pre-lock phase. That's a good one, Latoya. Very
I
good
like
one.
that too. Hey, Dustin.
Hey, Dustin.
All
Good to see
right.
you.
Aaron says, when I see my family, friends go through this ugly stage, my sister taught me to say, I love the growth or I love the change.
Mm,
Because, and then that's why I don't like the ugly face, because it brings negative connotation to it. Why do we want to bring negativity onto ourselves? And sometimes we don't understand that we're beating ourselves up with
mhm.
just the words that we say. Latoya says, yes, Aaron. Aaron says, I see what you're saying. I will compliment a woman anytime I see them looking good, but a man, not so much. Only if they're a friend and I know they know me. Can I tell you about one time I complimented a man? Let me tell you something. When you're out with me, and especially if I'm in a happy mood,
Mhm.
I have no problem saying anything to anybody. Okay.
No, no, not at all.
Let me tell y'all something. I was at the movies with Tyrone, and I was just coming out to get a refill of popcorn because I know Jennifer, especially Jennifer and Tyrone, is to know that we love ourselves some popcorn. Okay, so I was getting our big tub refilled. This man walked past me, about past slam out. Okay, he smelt it so good. I said, "Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
You smell marvelous. What is that
Yes.
you got on?" And like I've had many moments like that with strangers, and I promise you, not saying push yourself, push yourself, push yourself, but if you try every once in a while, you will be surprised at, first of all, many people are just surprised at the compliments and the affirmation.
Yeah.
They're surprised to hear it because sometimes this world can be cold, and a lot of
It's not
other time,
expected.
and it's not expected. People don't
Right.
think you're going to do it. So every time I do it, I get a smile. Man, woman, kid, it don't matter. You're going to get a smile because what? You're exerting positivity.
Right.
So any stranger would respond positively to it. I promise you, Jonathan. I promise you, Aaron. Believe me, there are men that need it much more than some of these women because they get it easily from other men and stuff like that. But from men or for men, it's good to pass them out. Y'all encouraging me to do it even more. Anyway, Latoya says, I think a person could tell one likes them, could be all in their eyes and all in the looks that are given. You
Hmm.
can say a lot with eyes without speaking. Exactly.
Hmm.
And Jonathan, you don't look at everybody like that.
No, I sure don't.
Okay. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Oh, I see you.
All
You
right.
wearing that.
Yeah.
That's not giving anything. That's just like appreciation for
And
you
then
coming
at the
outside
same
looking right.
and the other side of that is when I say it, do I use my personality? Because I
You
know my
got to use your
personality.
personality.
And with my personality, there's that fear of rejection again. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
I'm
And
telling you.
I that's something that I still have to let go. That's something that I still have to kind of shake off a little bit because there's
Yeah.
still that fear that is there. So
And
yeah,
what's even like
it's a
just as
whole
fun,
thing.
if he looks good and he's with his woman, talk to her. Girl, you got him looking right today.
Okay, yeah. That
You
that
know
would
what I'm
be
saying?
easy. That would be
That's
easy.
easy.
That's
But
easy.
that's
Yeah.
a step. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, because compliments, once again, they don't have to derive from attraction.
Right.
It's like I see you. Mamir!
Hey, Mamir.
She says, Yay, I'm fully catching a lot of the Leo live. I have missed you. Mwah, I
Thank
miss you too,
you.
sweetness. Let's see. Everybody saying hey to Mamir. Mamir saying to Aaron that I hope you had a good day. I hope all of you guys had a great day. Um, so much love. Anyway, Latoya says, Regina, did you call your nephew back? It was probably God that you didn't answer. LOL. He called everybody from you, Jenny, and Tyrone to tell you what happened. Say what? What happened?
Mm-mm.
Anyway, Aaron says, now when it comes to the ugly stage as a white girl, we think it's gorgeous. Hmm. You see,
Wow.
perception is everything, Jonathan. We especially think a woman looks beautiful during this stage. Wow. I appreciate that, Aaron. Mamir said, Aaron said, Mamir, yes, I had a wonderful day. God was good to me today. I hope you had a great day. Come on, God. Jesus, God was good. And he will do the same for you tomorrow. Y'all pray over y'all day every day. Cause today's Monday, and I don't like to dive into them all that well, but I've gotten into the practice of really praying before the day starts. I know
Mhm.
he's doing it for me. He'll do it
Absolutely.
for you. Good smooth day. The Juice Radio Talk Show says, Latoya, I did not get any call, but my phone may have been on mute. I had several shows today and meetings. She's so popular. Latoya says, don't look at it like rejection. Look at it like you dodged a bullet.
That's a good way. That's a good way.
Yeah, for like a bad person, like,
Yeah.
thank God I'll never see you again.
Right.
But don't let that be in the forefront of your head, though.
But you know what I've learned about myself? I'm really good at letting things go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really good at letting things go and shaking them off. Like, because I can let certain things affect me the way that it affects other people. And I've realized that I don't let things affect me really, really that much. So, although I fear the rejection, I think I would be able to handle it even if I were to, even if I were to come across it.
Absolutely. And yeah, putting yourself out there, just talking to random people, who knows who you'll meet next? Who knows? All right, moving forward. Um, please tell me what I was about to ask you. Do you smell bacon? But we're in two different states, so I'm
We
gonna leave that
are.
alone.
We are.
It's okay.
And to answer your question, no, I don't.
Ah! Thank you, Jonathan. You're amazing. Latoya
Interesting you'd
said
ask that question at this time of night.
I was smelling bacon for some reason.
Okay.
Don't mind me. Latoya said he got pushed into the bleachers trying to save a steal, and he took too long getting up off the floor. So
Oh.
sometimes things happen. Stay strong. You're still a young buck. You got it. Whew, child. But yeah. And you know what? Another end of validation. I hope that you receive it. Some people don't know how to receive good stuff.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty good at receiving validation. I'm pretty sure I am.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. The validation that just blows my mind every time. It's never gotten like super duper easy for
Mm.
me. But whatever. Mamera says, Aaron D, honestly, my day was terrible. Not terrible, but it will be okay.
It will be okay as long as you know that at the end of the day.
It's gonna be okay. And things will come together. You will learn. That's what I'll do out of every terrible day I've ever had. I learn from it, and then I'm able to give God the glory that we made it through it. But Mamera, it's okay. You got it. You got it. Things will be all right. We're praying for you. Let's I think for joy and peace. Make tomorrow easy, Lord. How about that? Latoya says we thought he had hit his head, but he didn't. It was his shoulder. My heart was in my stomach. I don't know how
Uh-oh.
you do it. I don't know how you do it. Latoya says, "Oh no, Mamere. We care for you, Mamere." Latoya says, "Jenny, you sounded like his father." Yeah, I think that's what my daddy would say too. Aaron says, "Mamere, uh, sometimes we have a terrible day, and it makes us appreciate the good days even more. I pray
Right.
God gives you a day of absolutely beauty ahead. Amen.
Like
Amen.
Walter Hawkins' song Be Grateful is wrapped all the way up in that comment right there.
Yes, because your next beautiful day, somebody might not be as good as you're having it. So it's okay. We're gonna make it through these days. And you got a good family in us. And believe me, it's going to get better. It always does, especially when you're dealing with Jesus. Mm, Lessons. Latoya says, Regina, it was Saturday night, not today.
Mm.
Ramira says, thank you so much for everyone being so kind and supportive. You got this, sis.
Anytime.
It's going to be all right. Not you're right, Jonathan. That Be Grateful song. Not every day has been promised to
Hmm.
be beautiful or sunshine. That's not the way it's going to be, but a little rain makes us appreciate the good times.
Yes.
Hey, man. We do love you. We love you, Mamere, says Aaron. And Latoya says, Mamere, we are always here for you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is why you made it over here. Get yourself a little pep up. Pep up! Like my mama would say. Latoya says, Aaron needs to write for Hallmark. No, she doesn't. Can I tell you what she needs to do? She needs to create her own cards. She don't need to be up under nobody's umbrella. She need to do her own. Aaron says, Latoya, I just write down what God has put in my heart. It's a gift. It's a gift. Mamera says, I love you all. Love you.
Love you too.
Wow. Latoya says, Jonathan, you glowing an extra glow tonight.
Thank you.
I can't. Anywho, I really appreciate y'all. I feel like we've come on here to do what we do, and we did it. How do you feel, Jonathan?
Agreed. I feel complete.
I really feel complete.
Absolutely. And that's how I always feel after our videos. And this is perfect because it's coming up to 30 minutes right on the dot.
Right
So
at 30.
yeah, it's awesome. I want to encourage everyone to see this Rustin film on Netflix. I'm pushing this because it's important. You will learn something. This film is about a man who was the center of the March on Washington. He was ignored by some because of his sexuality, because he was a gay man. People did not want to validate him because he was gay. People invalidated his intelligence, his tenacity, his power. People wanted to invalidate that because of his sexual orientation. Don't allow anyone to do that to you. Watch Rustin on Netflix. It's amazing. It's about 1 hour and 45 minutes. It's a wonderful story. It is a true story. There is a fictional character in there at a main part of the story that isn't actual nonfiction, but it's still a great movie that surrounds the March on Washington and how it was organized and how he was able to convince Dr. Martin Luther King to be involved with it. So watch Rustin on Netflix and let me know what you think about it, because I want to hear it.
Well, I do thank you for bringing it full circle with the validation, making it make sense. We appreciate you.
Of course.
But yes, I encourage you to really delve in those moments of validation. Let them stain your heart so that you can continue to stand strong and tall in everything that you are, everything that's being exuded by the light that's coming from you. And I also encourage you to give that same validation to the people that you love, the people that you know, the people that you are around, so that they can feel that same feeling. And for all you know, they may be feeling down and they may not know that they smell good, or they may not, ain't nobody told them that they smell good today, or maybe they haven't been told that they look good or that they have a great smile. Be that light, be a beacon, lift somebody up today. Alrighty. Okay, let's see. Gosh, I didn't know y'all were doing so much. Aaron, make sure to say that thank you everyone for coming on in. We appreciate your time here. And if you weren't able to see the whole video, start from the beginning. I'm talking about validation today. Latoya asked, what is the color theme for next week?
Ain't no telling, girl. Ain't no telling. Like as I said in the reality, this is a shirt that I hardly ever wear. This is my Puerto Rico shirt that I got on our last cruise in Puerto Rico, just to say that I got a Puerto Rico shirt. I hardly ever wear this shirt, and I decided to wear it this morning. And I come on to reality, and Jennifer comes up with a green shirt. Like, this keeps on happening, and I don't.
We got our ESPN is on, okay. The cable
At
is
all
going,
times.
and it's paid, okay. So it's never been cut off. Aaron says, "I love your review today with the Juice Radio talk show. I watched it Saturday night after Regina told me about it, about the live, and I actually cried. It was so beautiful."
Oh wow!
Oh, Bianca!
Hey,
Happy
Bianca.
Monday, Bianca. Latoya says, Jonathan, did you watch the Secret Society series?
No, I did not. Sounds interesting though.
It does. Amira says, thank you again. You all are the best, and I am so blessed to have you. I'm so blessed to have found this community. Love you, Mamere.
We're blessed that you're a part of the community.
Absolutely, and I love saying Mamere.
It is a lovely name, Mamere.
It's fun.
Yes, it rolls right off the tongue, Mamere.
Okay, let me stop. Thank you, Mamere, for sharing with us so that we can let you know how much you mean to us. Yes, that's another great thing about community. You have to share if you need to be poured into. And Aaron also says, Mamere, I love how open your heart is, how you come in even after a hard day. Yes, and just bring this love and kindness with you. Thank you, Mamere. Woo! Bianca says, hey, sisters. And Mamere also says, Aaron D, thank you for introducing me to so many amazing people, and thank you for being my friend. What a lovely way to end this out. Thank you guys for being a part of this family. And we will see, the next time I will see you will be Wednesday and Thursday night, but we'll see you on Faithful Warrior Ministries at 10 a.m. in the morning. We'll be live, coming together and praying and all that good stuff. Latoya says she just texted you, Jonathan.
Yes.
All right.
I just looked at it, but I'm not going to read it because we're still on live.
And I appreciate you on that. I know you've been fighting, and I appreciate you. Thank you for remaining strong.
You know, I want to read and respond.
Yeah, both, because that's what you do when you get a text message. Yeah. So we just gonna get on out of here. Once again, I love you guys. Continue to stand in who you are. Don't let anybody take you off your block. Bye.
Bye, y'all. Be like Raquel Thomas, okay? Raising Canaan. Boss B.
Be a boss B. Bye, y'all.
Bye.